at least 27 places and features in the Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh on its official Survey of India map. China has been rattled and has termed the move as counterproductive and has said that India should avoid turning the border issue into a larger political problem at a time when relationship between the two countries is improving. Now this comes after India, in a move to counter the repeated Chinese attempts to rename several places in the Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh and replace their names with Chinese and Tibetan names, which India has repeatedly rejected. Now, India had last week come out with a list of at least 27 places and features in the Indian territory of Arunachal Pradesh, which included 4 passes as well, marking the names and features in the Indian territory of Arunachal Pradesh on India's official Survey of India map. Now, soon after, China has conveyed its official stand on the issue via the Global Times newspaper that is controlled by the Chinese state. Now, commenting on the issue, the Global Times newspaper has said that India's move is counterproductive and has also cited a Chinese strategic affairs expert who has said that India should avoid turning the border issue into a larger political problem at a time when relationship between the two countries is improving. Now this comes even as China has itself released at least 6 lists since 2017, renaming at least 112 features in the Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh, replacing their names with Chinese and Tibetan names. Now, when asked about the Chinese stand, India on Tuesday has reiterated that Arunachal Pradesh is an inalienable and integral part of India and that it is a self-evident fact. Now, answering a question on the Chinese stand on the issue, Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal said that nothing can change this indisputable reality.
Arunachal Pradesh is an inalienable and integral part of India, and this is a fact which is self-evident. At the same time, let me also underline that nothing can change this indisputable reality.
Now, significantly, this comes even as locals of at least 2 sectors in Arunachal Pradesh, namely Taksin and the Limikeng sector, have alleged that the Chinese People Liberation Army has entered as deep as 20 to 30 kilometers inside Arunachal Pradesh's territory and have also shared pictures of the Chinese People Liberation Army facing off the Indian Army near the Limikeng sector. Now that has created a major flutter on social media, and some Arunachalis have also been commenting that they might soon be forced to become a part of China. Now, while the Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu had rejected these photographs and said that he'll hold dialogue with the locals, India on Tuesday has finally addressed the issue and has said that in the matters pertaining to the border areas between India and China, India has always emphasized during its talks with the Chinese side that it considers such issues more serious, and that maintenance of peace and tranquility in these areas is of utmost importance. Now, the Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal has further said that India has said that the state of border areas will also reflect the state of the larger bilateral ties between India and China. Now, Jaiswal further said that this was also reiterated at the 36th WMCC meeting between India and China on border affairs that was held on August 6th. Jaiswal said that during this meeting, both sides engaged in frank discussions and reviewed the situation along the line of actual control. He said that the Indian side again underlined that maintaining peace and tranquility in border areas was essential for overall development of bilateral ties. Furthermore, he said that it was agreed between the two sides to continue to use the existing mechanisms, including the WMCC meeting, diplomatic and military channels, local commander level meetings, and other agreed mechanisms to resolve outstanding issues and avoid misunderstanding and miscalculation along the line of actual control. Now, with this, India has finally addressed the thorny issue of the alleged Chinese occupation and incursions in the territory of Arunachal Pradesh, but it remains to be seen whether or not any more firm steps are undertaken by the two sides to resolve the border dispute. Now, it is significant to note that this standoff between the Chinese PLA and the Indian Army near the Limicking sector of Arunachal Pradesh comes at a time when the Chinese President Xi Jinping is expected to visit India and attend the BRICS summit that is scheduled to be held in New Delhi in September this year. So even as the two Asian giants are set to share the table at the BRICS summit in New Delhi in September this year, it remains to be seen whether they can at least temporarily set aside the thorny border issues existing between the two nations near Arunachal Pradesh, or if it continues to be as a gesture from the Chinese side to continue to exert dominance and assert its influence in the region at a time when the two Asian giants are supposed to share a table at the BRICS summit. We'll keep tracking this major development in India-China ties for our viewers here at India Abroad. Reporting from New Delhi, this is Shikha Salaria for India Abroad.